Hi everyone, I hope you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So we are coming down. Obviously, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to see that. One thing here we've got that was printed today, as anticipated, is a cycle bottom here of this Bitcoin super cycle. Look at that, nailed the top last year. What in my opinion, I think that was the top, and the confluence to that being the top is we've got this massive ABC correction here. A, B, C correction, and like I said to you, this is the C leg, and I think it's near a completion. And that when we complete this, and we've got the cycle bottom in here as well, this is where we start to come back up into 2023, and we're putting a new impulsive move to the upside. So we've got this massive correction that Bitcoin's gone through last year. Now, confluence to that being the top as well last year, and Bitcoin putting in this irregular correction here, this irregular high, basically the B leg, is the likes of XRP, Chainlink, VeChain. They all put in ABC zigzag, which is nearing their C leg completion. Do you understand? So again, no hopium, no bullshit. It's technical analysis, it's data, it's not emotions, it's purely data. Okay, and right now we came back up, we made an irregular high, and we're coming back down, and you look at this massive C leg that we're going through. The big question is it done? Is it over? Who knows? But what we're doing is we're printing the top, and right now we're printing the bottom. Like I said to you, sometime this week we're going to put in that bottom. Okay, the bottom's come in, and it's going to be sometime this week. Again, there's zero guarantees moving forward. You know, personally, I've bought Bitcoin this morning. You know, like I said to you, as soon as I see that, I'm buying, and you know, I put my money where my mouth is. I've not gone in with all my life savings, and I don't advise anybody does that either. You know, but what we do need to see, confluence of this signal being in right now, is we do need to see this week's low hold. Okay, going forward for Bitcoin. So possibly, you know, tomorrow the markets might open quite positively here for the stocks, and you know, across the world here. We might have some green days ahead of us, possibly. Who knows? You know, and all the rate hikes have been sort of, you know, priced in basically, and the market spat its dummy out, and it starts to come back up. Who knows? But one thing that would clarify that is that, you know, the macro environment's not necessarily having an impact on Bitcoin. Is the fact that it is, regardless of the macro environment here that everyone screams about in the comments, you know, interest rates and all this, okay. One thing that Bitcoin could say, okay, well, I'm not bothered about no macro environment because I've been in a big ABC correction since last year, you know, and it is what it is. And once the low's in, I'm going to start to come back up the stairs because this is what I do. And you're going to be scratching your head thinking, why is the macro environment not having an impact on Bitcoin anymore? Because Bitcoin does what it wants to do. Do you understand? And that's just my theory, you know. There's absolutely zero guarantees to that. But one thing we definitely do need to see going forward is this particular cycle bottom hold, because if it doesn't, it's invalidating the data, not emotions, not chart news or an article on CNBC or whatever, or because someone said it. It's data, it's in the charts. Do you understand? So we'll keep an eye on this going forward. But yeah, it's very interesting, and hopefully we nail this. You know, simple little signal here. This right here would have been a fantastic area to just get out of crypto, wouldn't it? Even though we made this high here, you know, this was going to invalidate this cycle top. And this to me, like I said to you at the time, I was keeping an eye on this, but this to me looked like this. And I know a lot of people referring to this previous cycle here, where we came up, made the top, came back, made the bottom, and broke the high. So this is what I was actually anticipating, some kind of big mania blow off top phase of a bull run, and we never got it. We never got it in this cycle, did we? Because I think that what we've got is like these new cycles that Bitcoin's going through, in my opinion. Now, there's no guarantees to this, because if Bitcoin right now starts to sort of come up and then come down and starts losing all these lows and losing the lows this week, and then starts to come down even further, obviously falling through the 1618 here, the Fibonacci target just there, the ABC 1618 target just there, do you see that? And then the 2 Fib down there at 12k, and then starts, then all data's out the window, you know, and Bitcoin's not adhering to any structure anymore. So, and it's basically in free fall, and we can't ignore that, but it is what it is, okay? You know, that you've got the Bitcoin rainbow chart, you've got the stock to flow there. It would be losing all those levels of support in those charts, you know, which is basically a model created by the price action of Bitcoin for the last 12 years. But again, there's zero guarantees. It is what it is, you know. So potentially going forward, hopefully the bottom has been put in today at this point. This is why I've bought Bitcoin. You know, I'm not a degen. I've not gone in with life savings. Just got a small allocation to Bitcoin right now, you know. So if it does start to come back up, I can say I bought the bottom. Do you know what I mean? So I wish everyone the most luck, but everything I do in the charts is data. It's not emotion because I want it to go up or want it to go down or whatever. I hope you realise that now, that it's just pure data driven. Okay, just here, we had this top, we was coming back, a beautiful ABC correction just there, was looking to break out. We actually traded all this together, you know, and a lot of people say, oh, have you ever got anything right? Well, yeah, I mean, if we take a look at this, okay, look, that was a 1618, that was a beautiful trade. Just there, then we came back in with a retracement just there. I said to you, take some profit because you're going to come in off the 1618, which you did. You come back and was looking for this retracement to hold support, and like I said to you the whole time, if it doesn't hold support and starts to come back up the stairs, you're going to roll and retest these lows, and if you did that and you lose that, you're going through that, okay, and you got reversal wave to the downside, and things can change, directions can change, but this does not, what Bitcoin's doing here does not change my projection for 200k or higher or above, because right now we could say, okay, well, if the bottom is in today and we're running shy of the 1618 and we don't necessarily come down to that 16810 target, or you know, all these capitulation level targets down here for Bitcoin everyone's throwing around just off the top of their head, you know, and the bottom is in right now on this particular level here, I can drop the fibs on and I'll tell you the story of where Bitcoin potentially going to go in the next impulsive move. You'll be looking at a beautiful retracement to this high. Once you break the 69k here, working all the way through the fibs, which could take, you know, a short time or a long time, who knows. You can enter a level of accumulation down here, build a foundation and start to come back up the stairs. You could say your next target at bare minimal is $159,000, you know, and Bitcoin can do that. This is the sort of thing Bitcoin can do. You've got the 2 fib all the way up there at $267, $267,000. You've got the 2.272 fib all the way up there at $387, $387,000. I do apologise, I was out last night. But, you know, is there any guarantees to that? Absolutely none. But the guarantee to that would be if you do start to come up right now, okay, and you start to come up and you take out this high at 69k that you put in last year, you would be confirming here some beautiful impulsive move to the upside. And, you know, I hope to ride all that with you. Now, I wasn't making videos down here in the Corona dump, but I was using charts and I was telling family and friends, Bitcoin is bullish, okay? You've had this big ABC correction, you're coming back to this low, you held it, beautiful, and all you've done is retrace, and then you start to come up in this V-shaped recovery. And it's at this point I was telling family and friends, you're going to a minimal 30k with a potential overshoot all the way up here, okay, to like 50k. And it was like, yeah, cool. And a lot of people sort of took on to that, but again, nothing I say is financial advice, but it is what it is. The market moves in waves, and you can see if you take a look at Bitcoin right here, you know, you've got this beautiful impulsive move, corrective move, impulsive move. And right now, for me, this is just big corrective move before we sort to get something like that. Now, you know, there's absolutely zero guarantees to this playing out, but you are at historic levels in the floor here for Bitcoin where it's always been a fantastic entry point. Again, no guarantees. You print in cycle bottom signals, you know, you've got a massive capitulation candle on the weekly time frame there. You're overextended from a 20 EMA, which is something I never like to see going up or down. You know, refer back to the videos here when you was going vertical. I was saying you're overextended, you're going to come in. And even here, everyone, even though I'm calling for 200k at this point, I'm telling you come in because it's how the market works, okay? And I got this nailed absolutely on the dollar and a cent down there, okay? And then we've rode 1618, 1618, coming for the retracement, lost it. So far everything okay, but the only thing that I didn't forecast is from this top coming all the way back down to here, you know, because I've not got a crystal ball. But as soon as you start to fall through support, then your targets become that. Do you understand? So one thing I definitely need to see going forward for Bitcoin is hold this support right now that we're putting this low today, and you know, this week would be amazing. But equally, I would definitely like to see Bitcoin get its ass back above that 55 EMA down here, okay? Because I don't think that's a good thing. You've got the 20 coming down, you've got the 55 coming down, and if you consistently stay down here over the next few months and sort of do something like that, and you start dragging these EMAs, you can going to create some kind of death cross. And for me, that is a major, you know, warning signal on the monthly time frame there that you're losing structure and support and you're falling through these EMAs and you're entering a downtrend on the monthly time frame. So, you know, is it going to do that? Who knows? But so far we've come down to the, you know, historic levels here, showing us that this is a cycle bottom and always a good place to just sort of accumulate and start to ride the, you know, the waves back up. If we get that, amazing. If we don't, Bitcoin could actually be in trouble here. And you know, the people saying that this is some kind of double top and we're rolling into this sort of bubble territory down here, they could have ground with that, okay? But you're not necessarily losing structure and support at the moment for that, okay? It is worrying, you know, that you're so far away from this 55 and the 20 EMA right there. But this is what happens. Look at that. Look at that. You fell through it. stay on the page, you fell through it, you built up, and then you start to come back up the stairs. So if we start to see that for Bitcoin, this has been absolutely knob on, and we start to come back up, okay, and attack these highs, because like I said to you, the journey up here is not going to be an easy one. You've got a lot of levels to go through to retrace, but if you can get your ass back up here, because if you take a look at this, you've not had any kind of retracement to that height at all, really, have you? You came down, little impulse, and then drop. So that in itself is some kind of big ABC zigzag correction within this wave here, okay? But again, no crystal ball, no guarantees. It is what it is. It's Bitcoin. I wish everybody the utmost luck going forward, okay? Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.